Today on QC Life, we're showing you wow-worthy weddings and how to say yes to the dress.
QC Life, it starts right now. Oh, hey there, hi, hello, welcome into a brand new edition of QC Life. I'm Jorge Andres.
And I'm Jana Angel.
Lots to get to on the program, a lot of great guests on the show, but of course, like always, we want you to participate and jump in on the fun. Make sure you log on to WBTV.com/vote or scan that QR code right over there to join in on the conversation. We have a social question for the people, don't we?
That's right. Like Jorge said, we want you to play along. And today, we've got a big debate. How do you eat your Oreos? Now, if your answer was anything like the mashup of our morning meeting today, I'm really excited to read these answers later. Jorge, you want to kick us off?
Oh, look, all right, I like to split them, and then I see which one has the cream side, and I eat that side, and I don't really eat the other side. I kind of, like, it's got no cream filling in it, so I don't want it. I just open them, and I eat the cream filling side, and give the other one to the dogs, to Ash.
Don't give them to the dogs. No, boo, no, hard no. Anyways, no. So I have two techniques. One is with milk, one is without.
Oh, yeah.
If I have milk, I will break them all up and put them in the glass of milk, and then I will eat them with a spoon.
Like a cereal? Like a cereal?
Yes, like cereal. My producers call me a serial killer. So that is technique number one. That applies to any cookie, also Chips Ahoy, things like that. That's what I do. Yep. Or if there is no milk access, I will, like you said, twist them in half. I will eat the creamy side. I'll dispose of the other
so I'm
cookie
not crazy.
side. Because in my head, I'm like, I'm saving calories.
Yeah, okay, so I'm not, well, I don't care about that. I just want the creamy, yummy side.
I do know that my dad will get sent back to the store if he ever shows up at our house. One time he showed up with the reduced fat Oreos.
Hot take, the vanilla lemon Oreos are one of my favorites. Hot take.
All right, everybody. Speaking of ways to fit into a dress, maybe not pertaining to an Oreo, from a casual sundress to a little black dress, the wedding dress, today is National Dress Day. You know we got to celebrate.
Now, of course we do, but first, let's set the stage, or the venue, if you will. A wedding season officially runs from May to October. However, more and more couples are saying I do to off-season dates as a way, of course, to save money.
Yeah, that's right. Weddings are, of course, expensive.
Yes, they
Not
are.
just for the couples, but also for the guests.
Yes, a lot of money.
Right, exactly. So according to wedding website The Knot, the average cost for a wedding last year was $33,000. And the biggest parts of a wedding budget are the venue and the food. So couples will spend on average $284 per wedding guest.
If you're willing to trim your guest list a bit, you can offer those guests who do make the cut a really memorable experience.
Hey, look, maybe you're not the one getting married, but you are going to someone's wedding. Well, last year, the average wedding guest spent $610 to attend a wedding. Some ways to save there, experts say, go in with other people on a gift so that you can, get something really great without spending too much money. Or don't go crazy with different outfits. Get one dress or one tux or one suit and switch up the accessories. Here's the before I got married, I was like the guy that was in people's weddings, and it really got expensive between flights and hotels and tuxes and this and that. So I get that it's expensive.
Yeah, and you mentioned tuxes and things like that. So, I mean, just being an attendee, but also if you're a bridesman or a groomsman or a bridesmaid, I mean, those things can get very pricey as well. Then you add in the gifts. One of my wedding weekend hacks, I was talking to a coworker about this yesterday, is if you have a wedding weekend, use a rental service to switch up your outfit. So then you're spending, maybe $150, but you're getting 4 or 5 outfits versus one dress for one weekend.
My wife, Wendy, and I got married in November in Buffalo, so we saved money because of that. Now, if you've ever planned a wedding or helped plan a wedding, you know that there are so many decisions to make. Things you never even thought about, like where to put the cake table. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I had no idea. The average couple makes 300 to 500 decisions during the wedding planning process, and one of the biggest is finding the perfect fit to get you down the aisle. Picking out your dress is a sacred and special part of preparing for your big day, but many brides can get overwhelmed by the endless options that are out there. Today we're talking to one bridal expert that is going to make sure you say yes to the dress without the stress. Let's meet Sophie Dodd. I am so excited to talk to a pro about how to pick the perfect dress. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for coming.
So obviously when you are ushering women through this big, beautiful day, I know that sometimes you see a lot of stress coming through the door.
Definitely. So a lot of the time, women are really nervous when they come in the door, and so it's our job to make them feel as comfortable as possible right off the bat.
Yeah, and when you are looking at obviously these beautiful options that have been hand selected, I know you put a lot of time and care into making sure that there are great options for every kind of bride, but how do you even start that journey when it comes to finding what she's really gonna love on her big day?
So a lot of the time we start with a little interview for the brides, and so they have a good idea about what they want for the most part, and sometimes it's completely different once they come in and put dresses on, but we do have just a little bridal survey that they fill out, and it gives us a better idea of what they're going to be looking for, and then once they come in and they start looking around, they have a really good idea of what they're liking, what they're not liking, and then we kind of guide them into finding that perfect dress.
Now I have to ask about you. How did you get into the bridal industry? Because it can be a really overwhelming and stressful job on your end.
I started with our sister company, the White Magnolia, when I was back in college at the University of Alabama, and decided that I wanted to try fashion, and what better way than bridal. So I was an intern, and then I grew from there into a stylist, and then I managed one of the locations in Atlanta for about 2 years until we started the conversation about franchising and opening my own shop. I opened the Charlotte location in May of 2024, and then I recently opened my Raleigh location in November of 2024. We chose the Charlotte location in a really homey cottage in the Dilworth area, so when brides come in, the goal is for them to feel as comfortable as possible, for them to feel at home, to make their decision a little bit easier with no stress.
No stress, exactly. Everyone here has been so nice. Obviously the dresses are beautiful, the space is very serene. What would you say is your #1 tip for a bride that is looking to make an appointment, looking to start the process, maybe even right here? What do you think is your first pro tip?
My first pro tip would be have fun with it, and just trust your gut, because at the end of the day, you know that you're beautiful, you know you're going to look beautiful on your wedding day, so you can just have fun, pick the dress that you love with the people around you that you love, and that's kind of the goal of shopping at Magnolia Laine.
A beautiful look there. Magnolia Laine Bridal is a made-to-order boutique that is all about beauty for every bride, and they have dresses starting at $1,400 with a variety of sizes and silhouettes that go all the way from 10 to 24 bridal sizes, which is a whole different size metric, by the way. I learned a lot about that at the boutique.
And we were just talking about it during that story. I think it's an awesome trend that, you know, whether it's something that maybe a traditional wedding dress that a grandmother or a mother had, they kind of change it a little bit. Brides will add something different to it, or they purchase a new dress, but maybe my wife, for example, she had a little slip tailored into it too. So, you know, you make it different, you make it unique.
Yeah, make it your own.
Yeah.